which were a grief of the mind unto Isaac and Rebekah. Now the precept, if you got the red book, here you go, red Bible. If you go to Genesis 26:35, it should lead you back to when they said don't. But they're saying right now that they were displeased, they were grieved at the fact that he married two Canaanite women. And they specifically told him, you got it, Ak? Yeah, let's see what that says.
It says Esau hated Jacob. Jacob morning. Esau, Rebekah, son to behold thy brother.
But anyway, let me read that again. It says,
I got you.
all right, where is it?
Genesis 27:46.
All right, go ahead and read that.
Genesis 27:46. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? That's the one you want, or you want the one with Esau? They want Esau, Ishmael. This is Genesis 28:6. When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padanaram to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan, and that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother and was gone to Padanaram. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, then went Esau unto Ishmael and took unto the wives which he had, Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be his wife. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran.
That's all I need. Anyway, let me read this again in Genesis 26, verse 34 and 35. And this is what Esau wound up doing. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Berai the Hittite, and Beershemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. 35th verse, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and Rebekah. And then he just read the scripture on that, backing up what I just read. And now he did it because he wanted to go against his father. Was showing you he was never right back when he was Cain. And behind all that, he married them Canaanite women because they were super dark. So he was trying to get his complexion back because it was considered a shame to come out looking like that. You know, back there, all the nations were dark, different shades of dark, or dark hues. So he came out looking like the weirdo. So he wanted to get with a Canaanite woman so his sons could come back looking like normal people. But guess what? When the sons were born, they came out looking like albinos because you have two dark-skinned Jakes, a man and a woman get together and have a child, and that child could be an albino, look just like an Edomite, so-called blonde hair, red hair, and pasty white skin, which is really red skin because the blood shows through your skin. So he did that to try to get dark, but guess what? That didn't work because the Most High had to keep that curse going back during the time of Cain.
That's right. Yeah, we just read that in Isaiah 34, the people of my curse to judgment, because the Lord put that mark on them for a reason. You know, now some of you get simple because you have Israelites, like among the Sicilian and other so-called white people. You get simple and you say, well, that person he's an Edomite because look at the way he looked. No, you don't understand. You don't understand the spirit.
Yeah,
no, something possible.
Yeah, I got something to back both the apostles that indeed to look like the so-called white man's a curse, and this is found in the book of Numbers 12, beginning at the 10th verse. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow, meaning the Lord turned her into a so-called white woman, made her look like a so-called white woman. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us. And it's fitting that the so-called white man should look that way, because he's the man of sin anyway. Yep. And the way he looks is a sin. That's why Aaron said, you getting it today, you damn devils. Yeah. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee. Because just like Elder Apostle Tar said, everybody, pretty much predominantly the people back then were dark skinned. All right. Why? Because we came out the earth, man. We came out the ground. That's what the word Adam means, from the Hebrew Adama, which means ground. What color is the ground, man? Deep dark brown, man. All right. Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly. Because they spoke against, because Moses had married a Ethiopian woman, and Aaron and Miriam spoke against it. Lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be, the her is Miriam, let her not be as one dead. And that's why you ain't got no soul, man. That's why you so-called white people ain't got no soul, man. You know, you look dead, man. All right? You're nobody. Okay? Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And that is so true. You know, baby starts getting their color after a few days of coming out of the womb. When they come out the womb, they almost look like a so-called white person. You know? That's it, bro.
Yeah, till that color start coming in.
Till the color start coming in.
All right. Uh-oh. What do you got? We got another roach. Attacking my roach spray. All right, so Aria pet Tahar. Aria's pet. All right, so I'm gonna go back to Isaiah 34. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna read that again. Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And that's the curse, the way they look. Now, to show you how deep this is, that's what it's talking about, that's the curse that Cain got, was the disease of leprosy. The so-called Mormons, they try to flip it, and they try to say that when the Lamanites, I believe it was, sinned against the Most High, he made them from a beautiful white person and he turned them to a skin of blackness, the darkness, you know. So they try to flip it around because they know that the Lord, that curse that the Lord put on Cain was leprosy.
Yeah, which what was it? Joseph Smith was it? Yep. He was a member he worked with the Rothschilds, in tandem with the Rothschilds. Yep. So he was a member of the Illuminati. Right. He was a member of the Illuminati back then. Joseph Smith and Brigham Young, I think the other guy's name is Joseph Smith and Brigham Young. Yeah. You got it, bro.
All right. So back to Isaiah 34 and 6. Excuse me. To judgment, because they're going to be judged. It said the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. That's when you read Isaiah the 63rd chapter, when Yahushua said the day of vengeance burneth in his heart. He's gonna destroy a lot of you Edomites here in America. You know, so that's why I say he's gonna stain all his raiment. Not literally, you know, but the killing that he's gonna be doing. And then the Isaiah 66, it says that the slain of the Lord shall be many, right? So it goes on to say, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a great a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Now, Basra was the capital of Esau or Edom, and then America today is also known as Basra, modern day Basra. Now, there's a movie that came out back in 1939. I believe it's called Things to Come, either 1936 or 1939, Things to Come. And in that movie, they kept Shape of Things to Come, and they kept referencing the name Basra. They kept saying Basra, referring to America, because these devils know deep down inside, they know that the so-called white men are the Edomites, and that America is not only Babylon the Great, but it's also Basra. It's also Assyria, Egypt.
Yeah, in the Judea Encyclopedia, I always had trouble saying that word. 1925 edition. I forgot exactly what citation. It says Edom is modern Jewry. Modern Jewry mean the so-called Jews today, that they're actually Edomites. All right, so these devils know. They know the deal. That's why they're teaching lies, because they know the truth. You got it.
It says, verse 7, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness, because America is going to be totally destroyed, totally wiped out. It says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance. So there's one particular day. Matter of fact, I must be allowed to read. This is the book of Revelation. I believe it's the 6th chapter or the 9th chapter. I just want to read that. I want to get the wording correct. Well, let me see. It says for an hour and a day. I believe it's 9. Okay. Revelation 9 and 12. I got the all right, 12. I started at 12. Revelation 9 and 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter, which is World War II past, and World War III is coming up. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High, saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Why are they bound in the great river Euphrates? Because that's where Armageddon is going to be taking place. So they're stirring up the minds of those kings out there to a war one with the other. It says, and the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the 3rd part of men. So you actually have a particular day when all of the stuff that we've been speaking about, that has been written about thousands of years ago, is all going to happen. In one particular day, 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed.
1 hour of that day.
And that 1/3 of man's talking about Esau, because you have the sons of the power, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked. And you represent the sons of the wicked, pursuant to Malachi. I wanted to read Obadiah. Y'all read Isaiah 34, right?
Not the whole thing.
Okay, Malachi. I'm going to go to Malachi.
Yeah, then we got
1.
Got another scoffer in there.
Well, let me get him. Let me get that roach.
Another lab rat.
Okay, here we go. Block. You just got blocked again. Same devil. Yep.
You set them up, we knock them down.
That's it. That's it.
Whack-a-mole. This is whack-a-mole.
Okay, where am I at? I'm in Malachi. I'm literally all over the place. Malachi, there we go. Malachi. So you can't, Dr. James White, you made a statement, and you can do a presentation on this. You said that the Edomites are already done away with, right? Well, do a presentation on it. Give me the time and the date. I need 2 things: the time, I said the time and the date. The time or the date and the place. Where did it take place, and what time did it take place? When Esau was destroyed, when Obadiah, the 18th verse, was fulfilled. Give me the time and the place. That's all we need. That's like a 2-minute or 1-minute presentation right there. Anyway, it says Malachi 1 verse 1. It said the burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein have thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Say, and you notice Esau and Jacob is mentioned throughout the whole scripture, the Old Testament and the New Testament. It says, saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob and I hated Esau. And that hasn't changed. The Most High is not a man that he should change. And laid his mountains, his government, and his heritage waste to the dragons of the wilderness. And he's going to do that again. Pursuant to Isaiah 34, pursuant to Revelation 18. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate place or places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Anywhere Esau is located, that's the wicked. All right. And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So, in other words, when you hate somebody and you get over that, the Most High ain't never going to get over the hatred of Esau until he's destroyed. All right. So that's an everlasting thing. Now it says in Obadiah, it says the vision of Obadiah thus saith the Most High concerning Edom. Here comes Edom again, the Edomites, Esau, you so-called white people, Europeans, whatever you want to call yourself. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathens. Arise and let us rise up against her in battle. And one example that we use is Gamal Nasser. He made a statement, and if y'all can look it up, you can read it. He made a statement, how can the Jews leave Israel black and come back white? He actually made that, and it was one of them in one of those magazines. So that's that, that cuts you devils, all right? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, the other nations. Thou art greatly despised, greatly hated, looked down upon. Pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock. Who dwelt in the cliffs of the rocks? You damn devils. You Caucasians. I read that.
This is on Time Life magazine. It says they left black, the war for Israel. When he was asked about peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated, the Jews will never be able to live here in peace because they left here black but come back white.
Plain and to the point, proving that the original Jews, the original Israelites, were people of color, dark brown-skinned people. All this truth is coming against you. It said, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Now it says in Psalms, 49, verse 11. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to that right quick since I mentioned it. And then you got other Israelite groups saying that, putting out videos saying that Esau is not the so-called white man. We don't even pay them guys any mind, Okay, let me get another roach. 49. It said their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generations. They call their land after their own names. Well, let me get these roaches out. All right, where are we at now? Hey, go ahead and say something.
Yeah, Khan. So pretty much, man, the truth is coming out on you devils, man. That's why you get mad. That's why you paying guys off and trying to stop this word, man. But it ain't gonna stop, man. It's the cat's already out the bag. That snowball effect it already started. That juggernaut, once the juggernaut gets moving in motion, it can't be stopped. So the spirit of the Lord, man, it got that thing, that juggernaut, that spiritual juggernaut moving forward, man. And it's crushing everything in its path. So it's over for you devils. I don't care what you do. You're gonna, all that stuff you stole, all them riches you took over the years, you're gonna vomit them back up.
Yeah,
as the
devil's on
scriptures
the
say.
comment board too.
I'm sorry, was that?
Devil's on the comment board too.
Oh
So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you scoffers.
yeah, I got a quick scripture. You know, as of late, we've been pulling this out a lot.